Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Isa and today's video is a behind the scenes video where especially I am going to talk about dissociation, something that's been affecting us quite a lot the last days, and it's very hard, it's very debilitating, and right now I got the help of my girlfriend to record this video because I am just spacing out. I don't feel like I have the energy to record a video, even though I really want to. And she will help me remind me where I stop talking if I dissociate, because I usually lose track of what I wanted to say. Because my mind goes blank and I just don't really know
Your mind goes blank and you can't remember what you...
Yeah, what I can remember, which makes filming when we're alone then during these times very hard and quite impossible, because I would just stay here and start again and get frustrated and still losing track of everything. I probably or might mess up with words, because forming sentences can be quite hard because your mind is just not working. Dissociation is debilitating, especially when it's hitting you quite hard, but even slightly dissociating can be debilitating. So here we go with what's been going on behind the scenes.
You ended out the intro and we were like, no, what was going on behind the scenes?
So dissociation is something that's not suddenly coming up. It's something that we struggle with a lot. It's part of our disorder and its symptoms. But there are times where it's more or worse, just like with switching. Some days are very full of switching, a lot of rapid switching, and some days it's just tiny switching, little switching, not as much. But the last days we have been struggling a lot with nightmares and anxiety. I personally struggle a lot with anxiety, and it's quite quite hard to.
You struggle with nightmares and anxiety, and it's quite hard to...
Quite... While talking, I just kind of try to look around and not just look into one direction, because it makes it easier or worse to start dissociating. It's just trying to get my mind a bit into some input, into some stimulation before I just look in one direction and my mind kind of shuts down in that kind of way. So I keep looking around. I'm holding my girlfriend's hand if something is. If I flop over into any direction, she's there to cuddle. It's kind of helping to keep grounded. Sometimes I just completely space out, and sometimes dissociation can also be that you can still kind of feel and hear what's going on. It's just not possible to kind of connect with that, not being able to move your body or respond to the stimulations that your body and senses are getting. You just overall, I'm sorry if this is just a mess. I was trying to think a bit about what I wanted to talk, and I tried to repeat this in my head to keep kind of to kind of remind myself what I was wanting to say. But every time I start talking about something, it's just kind of deleting and erasing itself. So I'm not sure anymore what I really wanted to talk about in this video. So it's just probably going to be a mess.
But it's okay that it's a mess. It's behind the scenes.
But it's okay that it's a mess. Our girlfriend just said it. It's okay that it's a mess, it's a behind the scenes, and our life can be a mess. It can be messy, it can be debilitating, and yeah, dissociation, the way we experience it, is part of why we are not able to function normally, something that is disabling us in a certain way. For us.
For yourself.
For myself, I experienced dissociation in the way that I completely lose track of time. This can be regarding time throughout the day, which time it is throughout the day, which day of the week it is, which month it is, which year it is. It's hard to remember where you are. Sometimes can be like you can be so disconnect. You can be so disconnected to yourself and your body that you just that when you just kind of snap back from dissociation into your body, or while you're dissociating, where you're partly in dissociation, it can be very hard to realize where you are, where places that are familiar for you, or places that you maybe live all the time and can seem so unfamiliar. It's very confusing. It can be very confusing. A reason why we are not able to go outside alone, because dissociation can be triggered due to triggers. It can be triggered by anxiety, by triggers, by a lot of things. And if this would happen when we're outside alone, for me personally, I struggle a lot with anxiety, which means I also am affected by dissociation in that part as well. And outside, there are a lot of triggers for me. So if I'm outside alone, I tend to dissociate a lot. Even when I'm with people, I just dissociate a lot, which would be unsafe for me to be outside alone, because I could be in a place where I would not know what to do with myself, and the people around me might not know how to interact with myself.
With you.
with you or with other authors. And sadly, like where we are, dissociation is not something that's generally known. I think that's still the case in a lot of countries, that when, I think even if you had something that would say that you dissociate, how to help you. I think Multiplicity and me are designing or have designed cards where you can write down what you struggle with. So when people see you struggle with that you can write down how you or how they are able to help that person. I'm not completely sure. I think it was them.
Yes, it was them.
Okay, I think that was a very nice thing. So we also might help create that for us here because we're in Germany. So many people here, or especially older people, don't really understand English that well. So we would have to redesign it. But overall, I think that's a great idea. What was the point?
Going out alone and public with dissociation.
Dissociation. Yeah, but that's the reason why dissociation is a big part and why we can't do these things, as well as this also makes us keep
Why you also keep.
We both don't know what I wanted to say. I'm also not really sure when this started, but this has been a thing for the last days. I think it started over the weekend. I have been struggling a lot with nightmares, and that was quite triggering. I've been stressed a lot, anxiety is happening a lot, so there are many things that probably play into why I dissociate so much. Trying to remind myself that it's okay to not be able to achieve everything I want to achieve while I feel like that, which is hard because I am an ambitious person and there are many things that I'm not able to do and that I am not capable of doing right now. I might be able to do that in the future, but due to disorders and symptoms, I am not able to. And it's hard to accept that. So when I am not able to do what I wanted to do, like recording a video, it makes me feel bad because it reminds me what I can't do. It's always easier to realize the things that you are not able to do besides all the things that you can do, and it's just not possible. Like, it's hard to remind myself to not look into one direction for so long.
If I wasn't here, you wouldn't be able to.
I wouldn't be able to record a video, and getting
You would have a harder time grounding, and
I would be it would be harder for me to kind of ground myself, to get back into reality, to pick up where I stopped, to be not too frustrated, to not be disappointed. Also, she's a big mental and emotional support, and that's nice to have when you feel like that. So it's nice to know that you're not alone, and that you are supported, that you are loved, and that you're valid
and gorgeous and wonderful.
And gorgeous and wonderful. The video, the footage we've recorded is 19 minutes already, and I have no idea what I talked about.
You talked about a lot.
So I think there are 1,000 things I would still want to say that I completely forgot.
But you also do 10 things on dissociation.
But I'm also, or we are going also to bake. We are going to bake a video about 10 things of dissociation. But I think you understand a bit. It's hard for us to keep up with things, so it's nice that all of you are very understanding. For everyone who's experiencing similar things, it's okay to rest then. It's very important. And looking at things, like my mind just, I want to look around. I want to keep my mind busy. But my mind is like getting captured by, for example, written things. So there's a box in our room where a light we have was in, and it says like fragile, handle with care. And my mind just, my eyes just lock onto that because I want to read it, but that's kind of already too long for my brain to handle, and then I start dissociating. So that's worse. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you were able to learn a bit. I hope it was a bit insightful. And we are going to be back with a bit more focus and a bit more concentration. Maybe not. I don't know. Don't know how we feel. But we love you all. We love you all. We love you. Make a heart. Make a heart.
No.
Make a heart. We make a heart. We love you all. Stay wonderful. You are a valid being. You are a wonderful being. You are not alone. I would say a lot of things more, but I don't remember a lot. So, goodbye.